What is up, everyone? In this video I'm going to be showing you how to play Rek'sai jungle, and I'm going to teach you everything you need to know on how to play her like the very best. So Rek'sai, after the rework, I've been experimenting a lot and I came to the conclusion that you're not a damage dealer. Rek'sai is literally a tank now. You have to play her like a tank, you have to build like a tank if you want to be useful. So you have to think of it like that. There are a few build iterations. I think you could go damage. If you were to go damage, Stridebreaker Cleaver is your best option. But so far, I think the most consistent build is to go Stridebreaker into Deadman's, which helps you get engages off. Which honestly, I feel the strongest when I went Stridebreaker, Deadman's into tank items like Force of Nature, Sterix, like straight up. The only damage item I would build after that is like a Sterix or something. And also for like skill order, honestly, I'm so like I really don't exactly know how I feel about ranking the skill order, but I mean, this game I'm going to show you guys what I felt like could be good on her too. Is actually 3 points into W into a possible into like a Q max later, which just sounds really crap. My cat is like biting my thing. So that's like an option. It sounds kind of wacky, but honestly, your W is pretty useful for clearing the jungle now. You can keep Wing and reburrowing, and it actually does the AoE damage. Also, skilling points into E is just better now. It's just 1 point is 8%. I just think 3 points into W helps you with that sort of movement speed, because if you rank it up, it gives you 5 movement speed. So you go the 3 points into W, and then you sort of go for the rest of the Q max afterwards. Because I feel like every ability right now on Rek'sai, the skill order doesn't really feel that great to like sort of rank the ability. So I just have been in this situation where honestly feel like just 3 points into W to get more movement speed would be the best, while also helping your clear bit. And for this game, like I've been just farming, but it's honestly not bad to farm on her. You have to think of her as like a scaling jungler now. I think her level 3 gank is actually fine. I think you can easily gank if you want to. But also, I think you can easily farm if you want to as well. So I think you have to be more open-minded about straight up just farming. Also, if you don't like the W 3 points, you could have just Q max into E as well. I still E max after, but I just keep my W at 3 points. And it's just like really about getting onto people. Your AoE knockup is huge. Your scaling is actually really good. You get so much health, but you're literally just becoming a tank later in the game. That's the only way you want to play. And with the Deadmans, you're able to run really quickly around the map. So here we already get the 1 point in W. Now we're actually even faster. So this gank is probability-wise much higher for us to go. We get the AoE knockup. We keep kiting backwards, and we go, and boom. Here we can keep chasing if we wanted to, but I just think the W points actually extremely helps. It just like 5 more movement speed and then 10 more movement speed when you're burrowed. Obviously, you're burrowed. I just find it to be that's where it's important to have the extra movement speed. And then as you get your Stridebreaker gives you that extra movement speed so you can actually stick on people. And it's just a really good item. It'll help your clear speed so you don't have to clear as your clearing just speeds up a lot. And also, yeah, that's how I think you should play her. Honestly, give it a try. I actually think she's strong, but she's just not a carry. Like, here you can go Tiamat, and we're going into Stridebreaker, so it's really good. She's honestly not like a... She's not like a carry of like damage, right? Like she won't be a threat. Like you're not gonna win because you're like really killing people, one-shotting people, like stuff like that. She's not like that anymore. She's a tank. Just think of it like a tank. She's an engaged tank with some damage. And here, if you have that mindset, I think you do a lot better. And also when it's like marked, you see I can just keep burrowing to get the bonus magic damage. So just because you have an extra point in W doesn't mean you're not getting damage too. Like it speeds up your clear. As you can see, every time you unburrow and reburrow, I think this is like the tech. I'm like 80% sure. I just tried everything else and everything else felt bad. Q points doesn't really do much. Your Q doesn't do any damage. But you still need it maxed out for the cooldown reduction, so that's generally something we're going to do. So here, 3 points into W. Now we're going to start Q maxing. This is where I feel like you just become really fast, so it's tonight. Here I'm actually going for the Talia, so I just walked past this guy. Here we team at, but we can actually knock him up too, right? So if we wanted to. I just think the early game is important. Now I'm at 355. So this 355, this is enough to actually catch people. Like before I was like, if I didn't have any extra points, I'd be 345, right? So like, how am I supposed to do anything early game with 345? Like, I need to be faster than people. So that's why I was like, no, this doesn't feel good. Before, you used to have 355 too before they did all the changes. So this is just kind of going back to it. And like I said, your W still does damage, which is really nice. And here we have our W, 3 points, as we talked about. Personally, I think we could kill here. Here we knock that up. We go for the W, knock up, auto attack Q. Team out actually applies and boom. What? That's a bit of a bug, by the way. She's still a bit buggy. There was like a buffer of the very end there. It's so sad, by the way. Go left, Shoga. I mean, that was the auto calc. Like, if your Q thing times out while you're in the auto, it cancels it. Like, bro, I honestly can't believe what Rek'sai did. Riot's so bad, man. They bugged all the bugs, man. There's so many bugs, man. But yeah, this is like the way you would play her. This is what I would recommend for you guys. I think if you do this build and you do the rune, like the setup for like the things, I think you're gonna do really well. And you're gonna notice right away that this feels really good. And I actually think she's so broken low low. Like, if you do this setup, you're just see how I'm always so unburrowing, because it does that extra damage on the camps. And I think she's super good low low, even higher ELO, but not super high. You see this movement speed comes in handy. Here we just need a go on them. And eventually I'm going to E-max, but for now we're going to start putting points into Q. I don't think full W max is that important. I just need the 10 more movement speed for this early game. Until I get the stride breaker, the 3 points just helps us get into that point. Here this guy's R, so I'm going to let him R it. Right, this is like my idea, right? This is why I'm doing it, because you just kind of, she doesn't have movement speed, so it's kind of sad. So here I want to go on her, so we're actually quite fast. We're going to get 3 boots too. Here we just go, knock up, kind of kite with our movement. We actually have R if she flashes, right? So it's not even a big deal. If she flashes. The way she was moving, maybe Lee Sin's here? No, okay. And once I go, I get my free boots. You could also be like, oh no, I want you to buy boots. It's not that great on her to buy it, because it's actually extremely important to just get your first item. So you're in this sort of dilemma. Plus, once you get the free boots, you just save that money. Cosmic Insight, extremely important. So here we start going the extra points into Q. How close am I to Stride Breaker? Let's look. 1,000 gold. We're 1,000 gold away. 100 gold away, sorry. Excuse me. Then we should just farm and just get our item. There's no reason to base. I think we can one-shot here. I'm gonna bait that if he hits that. Well, you can bait the Lee Sin Q here, and if he hits it, you can just kind of knock him up. But Talio's gonna kill me. You can always knock up people who are in dash abilities, like the Lee Sin, by right-clicking them or W casting right before they hit you. So there, it didn't actually do the execute damage because I'm a god. But also, I was baiting that for too long. I should have let him hit the first one. But he just missed this, so he's kind of bad. Yeah, you can W cast to knock up people, or you can right-click them. So if Lee Sin hits you Q, you just right-click him when he's in the dash, and you'll always knock him up before he damages you. Really good for you. And your damage literally doesn't change whether you have points into your E or points into your Q. Your damage is, what I notice is like your damage is all the same. It's all the same in the end. So you just want to get the Q cooldown down. And no matter which order of your abilities you max, you'll never feel like you're doing more damage. That's just my dilemma. So what I realize is no matter what I do, if I build all damage, I'm really not doing that much damage. If you want to still build more damage, you can go Cleaver second, but I recommend going really tanky after that. In this game we're going, remember we talked about the Stride Breaker. We're going into the Deadmans. The Deadman's really OP. If I was against like a heavy AP comp, I'd probably go one of the MR items. Abyssal Mass or Force of Nature is not bad. Oh shit. I gotta help the boy here. Again, we're really fast. We can get on top of her. Perfect. Oh shit, she has a lot of Q cooldowns. Oh. It's all you, Warwick. That's all you. Oh, she's gone. She's done for. So here tabbies or Merc depending on the game. This comp. Auto. But 2 AP. Honestly, I'd probably go Merc here. So I'm probably gonna go Merc. I'm gonna go Deadman second though. So Merc with Deadman second is gonna be my build. And you do want to play for objectives. Warwick is actually so broken. You want to play around objectives. I honestly just really play around farming too. Like this thing about this champion is once you get these 2 items, you're pretty much infinite movement speed. What you're gonna notice is that you're gonna be able to run around the map like you've never done before. Headshot. So what I'm gonna do right after this is just 3 camps, play for dragon. Like I said, you can always unburrow to do a bit more magic damage. Even though it doesn't knock up, it still damages, right? So just keep that in mind. Here I would go if I had a better angle. The rock is too much. I need Cho to hit something though. She's so disrespectful. Come on, Cho. Where are you going? Where are you going, Cho? Oh, now she's R1 shot. I don't think I should try that. Maybe I can bait him to take the Q under tower here. Dude, he just misses them. What am I supposed to do? Come on, Cho, big boy. We gotta go together. When I go, you go. But once you get your second item, you're gonna notice the kiting problems kind of disappear. They fade away. Here we should do dragon. Why does it get to do dragon? Well, because we see literally everyone and their mother topside, so we start dragon. Personally, I think she's so much better like low elo, so she's probably a really good pickup for a lot of people if they like more tanky champions that are more about knockups and stuff like that. But her damage is much less though. Too much. You must understand that too. Let's check his red is up. Red is down. Let's check his Krugs are up probably. He needs to rocket to see. I think we just died her. Rewarded. If he tries to run, it's actually really good. Ooh, nice. I like my girl Soraka here. Me and Raka, we get it going. Think of why your Q doesn't really change all that much. I'm gonna wait for the ER and then go on her. A lot of her damage. Okay, good job, Lee Sin. Jinsu. A lot of your damage is actually just in your sort of like scaling and stuff like that. Oh shit. Alright, that was too much. I should have backed up. So here's where I go into Deadman. This is where I honestly had a lot of money I should have based anyways. This is where you want to get your components. And Deadman's actually felt really good. You'll probably notice too when you buy it, you're going to be like, oh my god. This is what this champion's meant to be like. And once you have the Deadmans, you're like, oh my god, it's all coming together, doctor. It's all coming together. And you sort of become this knock-up engaged champion that goes in, try to knock up 2 people at the very least, which is really good. Engaged fights like that with Deadmans, you're actually really easy to engage fights even without flash. And then you disengage and you kind of re-back, like you go back into it. You could do more points into E too, but I start to max out E now. Like, having a like lower tunnel cooldown, honestly, it's nice, but it doesn't go down by that much. So here we want to fight, so what am I going to do? I'm going to go this way. I really would love that shutdown, York. Warwick. But... oh, no flash. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Hey, honestly, not bad though, guys. Not bad, I'm gonna be honest. I really dislike that Tilia. She's thrown so many rocks at my face. Like, the amount of disrespect we've taken by this Tilia this game. Like, I couldn't stand for it any longer. We had to do something about it. And that's exactly what we did. We got down. Also, you can really start to tank towers. It's not that hard. Very easy to start to tank towers. And really, this is when the champion scales extremely well. Like I said, you start to tank so many tower shots, you heal so much. No, I don't think I can do that. And you just start taking a bunch of tunnels, which it can be fun. But the problem with me right now with Rek'sai, I don't like having to have such a weak early game to have like fun later. Like the games like high-low always feel like they're much more shorter. So your influence is really important to have much more impactful. But I think low, like the game's going a little longer. You're gonna have a lot of fun playing her. And she's really strong with this build, trust me. You don't need damage. You really don't need damage on her. Just go Deadmans. And for MR, you can always go like this game. Do I want another MR item? I could go Sterix if I feel like, okay, let me just get like some HP. This game, honestly, I could go MR. I could go Sterix. I'll probably go Sterix just to show you guys. Kind of like having a bit more damage in your build, but also a build that gives you more damage, but also gives you tankness, right? Like Sterix is a half tank, half damage item, which is actually really good on Rek'sai because it gives you tenacity, but also it's effective. So you see how fast we are now. Like this is how you sort of want to be as your champion, right? Like you need this to actually catch people. So like this movement speed is just important. I R because I didn't want to get hit by that, whatever was coming in. And then this stacks up again really quickly. It's really in and out playstyle. Lets you get your engage and stuff like that really well. The Deadmans feels really nice, but it's really about engaging. What are we doing for Herald, guys? It's third dragon. They could easily get it. You see how easy it is to kind of get those engages. I'm gonna flash out. I have a lot of tenacity. It doesn't really affect me. Oh, dude, I should have knocked him up there. I messed that up. Getting kicked into 4 people though, it's a bit of a sad thing. But my Warwick is my son. I created him. That's my boy. That's my boy. A lot of Zyra damage. Should have went for that MR. Sometimes you're literally just the engaged tank. You can do damage like this E. Like the thing about your E, right? You actually have to understand is like it gives you max health damage, so it does give you that extra effectiveness. You can also just W 3 points into E max too. W 3 points into Q 3 points into E max. Sounds stupid, right? But like I actually think this is like very much viable on her. I don't think Q really does that much. Like the torpedo does 180 magic damage, right? Like this shit does no damage. It goes like the damage goes from 30% to 50. The only good thing is like the cooldown slightly goes down, but like I don't know if it's that important to have. Like you're not really building AD, so its effectiveness is quite low. But I do think having more points into the E is nicer. So I'll probably do like 3-3-3 or just W3 into E max. Still, I think the E max, I mean the tunnel is good, but also just your damage only comes from that max health component. So 15% max health is quite nice to have on your E. Here, Lee Sin's here. I'm very tanky now, so it's actually quite hard for them to kill me. And not only am I tanky, I'm also I heal a lot, I get their abilities. Very like hit and run like this. This is like how they envisioned Rek'sai to be. But it actually is how you want to play her. And this is like what I feel really like when I do this build. It feels really strong and nice. Kind of need to group up with the lads here. Yeah, I wouldn't mind E-maxing second though. Just more tunnels. Here, dodge that. Keep dodging. Go for the AoE knockup if we can. And then boom, keep kiting if we can. There, I mean, if I had R, I could R to buy time. But once you get tankier, you're able to sort of like what I'm doing. You're able to do it and also live. And then go back in another knockup. It's really about the continuously like going in and out with knockups. So the extra points in E. I'd probably max E second, honestly. And extra points in the E, like the tunnel cooldown. You can retake tunnels too. Very strong, very strong. And for good items, by the way, for tank items, if you need more armor, two best armor ones. Iceborne, really good. Randuin's really good. If you need more MR, the best MR items, Force of Nature, and you could go Visage. This one's really good. I buy that one a lot. The reason why I don't like Visage, because the build path is just very shitty. And by the time you want MR, you want to sit on a Negatron. So I always sit on Negatron, then I look at, wait, what do I want to build? This one or this one? Here we should fight, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to... Damn, she got that off. We could Baron too. Oh, he's in trouble. I'm very crafty and very fast. Thing is, I can actually hit this Q if I wanted to. You can always take a trunk, take a trade, and then reburrow to heal up. Very annoying playstyle, but very effective. Then triple knockup! Oh my god! Everybody! Everybody! The dopamine! You live for that! You live for that! No. Honestly, would rather have just done more damage. But honestly, that's like just the potential of the champion, really in and out. It sounds so silly, but this is how you'd probably play her. But yeah, having E maxed up earlier. Maybe honestly 3 points Q or just straight E max after everything. Not bad though. This is actually quite strong. I think if you do what I did and showed you this kind of build path, and just remember the tank items, you could try Cleaver, but I don't think you need it. Just get tanky. Trust Inori. The Sterix is really effective. If you want another damage item, the Sterix is what I think is really nice for damage. I think the Sterix, like later, the third item, really good. This into Sterix, really nice. Feels really fucking good. Especially because you're building like non-stop HP. But you see how fast you are. The playstyle is quite literally this. Which honestly I don't like, but this is how you would play her. Here, Dragon Soul's up. And we should just do it, but... Was Ocean Soul? Oh, dude, I'm never gonna die. Trust. Inori is literally going to become a demigod here. Though they don't even need me. They're doing pretty good. So here the Deadman's fully stacked. You have the movement speed. You can tag them in R if you need to. Thing is, you can always like slow them with the Deadman's Pro. Or you can rebrill to knock them up again if you wanted to. Your tunnel is really important part. And yeah, that's how I'd play her. Remember, Iceborne, Randuins are good armor items. But yeah, the Deadman is really important for the movement speed. You could maybe go Jack Show later. I feel like you don't really need to build any of these items. Like doing more damage, it just doesn't help you with how your champion operates. You don't scale off AD. Like you really don't scale off AD. Your champion just scales off HP. But I hope you guys liked that video. Be sure to like, subscribe if you haven't already. Check out my streams if you want to see me play everything in action. And yeah, good luck in your games.